We're low on ammo. Oh. Okay, but it looks like we never actually run out of ammo in this weapon. It just recharges itself. Let's go for a headshot maybe. If we can actually shoot him in the head.
Wrong.
God damn, man.
Go.
Oh, it's getting closer. Okay. Okay, we got it. Okay, we got it. I swear to God our aim is better than this. Oh, shoot. Yo, what is going on, YouTube? Are you winning, boys? I hope you're winning, because on this channel it's all about winning. My name is Barth, or Burn to Win, and today we're gonna start a new adventure, a new Let's Play on this channel. This is gonna be Control Ultimate Edition on the PS5, of course. But before we start, a couple of words about the game. It was released in 2019, an action-adventure video game developed by Remedy Entertainment and published by 505 Games. So, it was first released on the PS4, PC, Xbox One, and sometime later as Ultimate Edition on the Nintendo Switch, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Google Stadia. Once again, what is Google Stadia? I don't even know what that is. Anyway, it was released as Ultimate Edition with all the DLCs and all that crack, so I think we will be bringing all of that to this channel. We will, as always here on Burn to Win's channel, we will first of all play through the game, play through the story of the game, thoroughly enjoy it without worrying about any of the trophies or anything like that, and then once the story is over, we'll release an additional episode or two, depending how much stuff we have left to do when it comes to trophies, and we will go for the rest of the trophies and the Platinum Trophy, of course. So, episodes will appear daily at 7 PM, of course. Without further ado, let's jump into it, boys. Let's go for a new game. The brightness, I think is... The middle icon is barely... Oh, okay. I never knew there was a left icon. Okay, so the left icon is not visible, which is fine. Okay, let's leave it at that, maybe. Graphics mode performance, we want 60 FPS. I don't think I care too much about ray tracing. And then we put on the subtitles. That's all good. Let's start a new game, boys. Enemies will try to flush you out of cover using grenades. Look for the grenade indicator and quickly move to cover, I think.
This is gonna be weirder
Jesse.
than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Anyone here?
Okay, so we take control of Jesse. We'll move with the left stick and adjust the camera with the right stick, of course. So, we got a very philosophical cutscene at first, with Jesse telling us about life, basically how there is more to life than just a poster in your room, being in there as if you were in a cell, in a prison cell. There is more to it. There is more to life than just that. But let's see what she actually means. We are in the Federal Bureau of Control, the FBC, and I think we have to move here. There's nobody to be seen. Nobody at the security check. Nobody in the reception. We got some documents, let me see. Collectibles. Correspondence. Prohibited items reminder. Reminder, certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated and issued a reminder on prohibited materials, unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. Can we go in there? Anything smart, number 2 pencils. What? Any objects considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept, e.g. rubber ducks, ketchup bottles? What? All material under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. Okay, so nothing smart. You cannot basically bring in anything into that office. That is so strange. They seem to be very paranoid about getting spied on or something like that. Okay. Just as always, boys, I'm gonna try to explore at first. See what the game is all about, read as much information as we can. If there are any side missions here, I'm not sure, it seems like a linear game, but if there are any side missions to do, we'll surely try to complete them as well, so as to not miss too much content and to show you as much as possible from this control. Let's go up the stairs for now. The doors open by themselves, which is quite strange. Okay, what do we have here?
This seal. I saw it a long time ago.
The seal of FBC?
I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Seems like it's haunting us in our dreams. Okay, another research page. Let's go into the collectibles. Research and records. Expenditure summary. Executive sector Q2. Major staffing, surveillance, data center initiative, construction minor, office equipment, janitorial cost, mold removal, HQ livability costs. For costs breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5. For 5-year comparison chart, see page 9. Okay. Nothing that would give us any hint about what is going on here at all. Let's continue. Here are some of the pictures, some of the metaphorical pictures that Jesse mentioned. But we are trying to open ourselves up.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
Can we crouch? No, none of the normal buttons. Oh, okay. No, we cannot actually crouch. That's fine. Okay. Okay, that's a window, that's a window. You always see those videos online of people face planting a door because it's so clean that you don't actually notice it's a glass. Yep. And that's what happened to us a moment ago, boys. Okay, we can enter here. Lots of equipment, lots of pages, lots of documents to read, but no real reason behind why this office is so empty. Another correspondence, security order, FBC, attention all, a shark in his something, although secure, something, permission to something, following basic protocols, something, shoot to kill. Good luck. Okay. Looks like somebody was in breach of some regulations here, maybe in breach of some federal laws, and we get the chance to shoot to kill. Oh boy, what is this? Is this the janitor? Yeah.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job.
Love the accent.
Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, they you are no helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
What is this language?
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird.
New mission. Welcome to the oldest house.
There's a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it.
Why, did he hear us?
No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's
Nah,
him.
he seems like a nice guy. But I have to say, I cannot identify the language he's speaking because every now and then he's just putting in words from some other language in between all the English phrases. Which is quite strange. Sounds a bit like Finnish, but why would that be Finnish? Okay, nothing here. We need to proceed deeper into the bureau. And one thing I wanted to say is that the mimics of the character and the graphics of his face, both the animations and the graphics of his face, are just amazing. Great, great, great work by Remedy. Okay, do I go into the elevator? Okay, I guess I can come down. We either take the stairs or the elevator.
And the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Sure, why not? And what is this seeing behind the poster? What exactly are we seeing? Something that normal people, I guess, cannot see, but what does she actually mean? We got some nice scenes of the bureau and the opening credits. It looks like we gain some higher level of understanding, basically, of what is going on in the world, and we just treat other people like peasants who just don't get anything that's going on. They just sit in their cells, look at their posters, and never question anything, never see or think outside the box. Never see that it's all about control. Okay.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
He must have been a boy, so, because we don't look older than maybe 30-something. And if he was 17 years old, he must have been a teenager, or a little boy, depending how old we are. Okay, clearance level 1. We cannot enter. Whoa. Straight away, even from the way those boxes jumped, it looks like the physics in this game are also quite cool. But we'll have to take a closer look later on to ensure that this first impression is right. The game is quite dark. I hope that you will be able to see well on YouTube. Whoops. Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary. Another document, let's see. Classified. Trench, do not disturb. Okay, another piece of correspondence. Non-official. Federal Bureau of Control. Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day, for the rest of this week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench. Uh-huh. Okay. And we get a mission, as we said. Let's read it. Welcome to the oldest house. Jesse Faden arrives at the oldest house, the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control, to look for answers to the mysteries of her childhood. Okay. Okay, there seems to be some strange noise in the director's office. We'll need to investigate it. Nothing more to see here. Central executive. The director of Zakaria Trench. Okay. So he wanted to cancel all his appointments. He wrote a letter to his secretary that he needs everything cancelled because he doesn't trust anybody. And it looks like he was right. Because guess what?
You want me to pick it up?
He ended up
Weapon?
with
Really?
a bullet in his head. Okay. Anything we can inspect? Nope. No documents. And there he is. Boy oh boy. Let's pick it up.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
Okay, I did not quite understand this video, even though it reminded me a bit of Lost. Whoa. Follow the board's instructions to complete the Astral Plane challenge. Okay, I have to say I'm quite confused as to what exactly is going on here. Okay, we jump. Not exactly sure if we had to jump around that block like we did, but hey. Okay, mail it. Whoa. Nice one.
The same gun.
There's the same gun. Certainly isn't a normal gun, let me tell you, boys. Certainly isn't normal.
Okay. Now I have a gun.
Now we have a gun. Okay, R2 to fire the service weapon. Whoops. Excuse my accuracy, boys. Okay, there we go. They're dead. What do we do? We continue. Oh, we can aim. Okay. For some reason, I didn't think that we could aim in any closer. Okay, let's go down. We're low on ammo. Oh. Okay, but it looks like we never actually run out of ammo in this weapon. It just recharges itself. Let's go for a headshot, maybe. If we can actually shoot him in the head. God damn, man. Oh, it's getting closer. Okay. Okay, we got it. I swear to God our aim is better than this. Oh, shoot. I can actually shoot now. Okay, nice. And it just recharges. Cool. We don't actually need to look for ammo. Enemies drop health elements when damaged. Collect health elements to restore health.
Something's coming.
There's the director.
This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man.
Yep.
Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here.
The cutscenes so
Things
far
have quieted down
are
outside.
quite cryptic.
Is it safe to go?
Okay, we can toggle the map. We are in the director's office and we can explore. Okay. We need to proceed further into the bureau and we have to go, I suppose, to the mission marker. Okay. Let's go. Oh boy, what is this?
What is that? You can't let this happen. 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 You can't let this.
What exactly?
You stopped it. You. Oh, thank you. That was horror.
Okay. Oh shoot.
Get the fuck away!
Okay, let's shoot these guys. Not even sure who they are. Looks like security, but... Okay, it takes a bit to recharge. We definitely could use an upgrade when it comes to recharging our weapon. Okay, collect health elements to restore health. We've already read that. Let's collect that. Do we need to press anything? Uh-huh, not sure. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, materials. Case files, multimedia, research and records. Okay, let's read that. Director trench photograph. So much is expected from the director, the responsibility, the privilege. There we are. Of course, you're the director. You're probably earning a good amount of money for this. So, service weapon. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. Description. Para-utility. The object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows oh shit, what is this word? Para-utilitarians to something. This object must only be bound by individuals taking the role of something. The object will determine whether something. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. The process is dictated by the something, though their criteria is unknown. Background. The object was discovered inside the oldest house, in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis, something, many forms throughout history, something, Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varunastra, all weapons that something of their wielders. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, something. Okay, so it looks like this weapon basically changes and objects of power. This this weapon changes over the years. It used to be Mjolnir, the hammer, and some other different weapons, and now it's this gun. It's quite interesting.
Objects of power.
Oh, we've actually seen that already. Is this the same one? Okay, so it is an object of power, this weapon as well. We forgot to mention that. For now, let's continue. Toggle map.
The hotline. Secure line of
Yeah,
communication.
I think we'll just go straight for the main mission.
Guidance. Reach the hotline.
Oh boy, more of them. Thankfully they're not very strong.
Mine, says the dead man.
And actually we have not
Okay.
chosen a difficulty level. There doesn't seem to be any difficulty levels. Just a standard one. Okay, please die. Nice one. And this guy, come on, recharge. Okay, our aim is not too great yet, but I'm sure we'll get better as the game goes. We have to get used to the sensitivity and all that. Whoops. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's collect the health. Okay, the shelter. I expected this game to be very linear, while here we have a map of this FBC and we can just go anywhere, which is strange. Material, house memory. You do not have a clearance level, you do not have a clearance level. What? Okay, I mean, we got some materials. Maybe we can use them for upgrades later on or something. Marshall. AWE investigations. For Marshall's eyes only. Marshall, we checked out the suspected AWE in Duluth. Wasn't anything, just like the house fire before this and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort the fake AWEs from the real thing, or you need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we are en route to Sherman Ranch, next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Okay, AWE. Emergency supply storage, we cannot open that door. And we're exactly here. So let's go to the right hand side and let's go to the mission marker. Central Executive.
Hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy.
Wait up, is Jessie talking to herself?
That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Okay, some more correspondence. We are reading quite a lot, boys, but before we make any sense of the plot, I would like to read most of the stuff, if not everything, just to make sure that we understand what's going on. Examination of paranatural topics, urban legends. Summary. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain blah blah blah, informed by our own something and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially created, maybe in popular culture, using something. Our bureau-made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on something. A pair of scissors that consume human something through 2 punctures on the something. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Okay. AWEs. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the FBC, established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How did you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and that they'll need to leave. If their answers seem maybe suspicious, escort them to a private room. There, perform the gunner's psychological assessment. If their responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet, then something immediately. Remember, there's no such thing as too suspicious. Okay. You're on the way to the main mission marker. I've decided... Okay, wait up, there's something more here. And what are all those bodies? Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's nice, a bit of a music playing to cheer us up. Because look at this, boys, I think that we will see what it is in the next episode. Let me see. Yep, we need to go exactly here to the Central Executive. Okay. So, as I said, boys, I think this is going to be it for today. This was just the opening chapter of Control Ultimate Edition. We'll continue this Let's Play in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed today's chapter, and I'll see you in the next one tomorrow.